So now that we've learned how to select, which again, you just click and drag boxes over what you'd like to select or use the shift key, we're going to go ahead and fix the alignment of these fence posts. We're essentially making a white picket fence, right? So we want them all to be aligned at the bottom, be center, and then you want them evenly spaced across. These tools to change the alignment of this or change how they're distributed between them, the spacing between them, are probably some of the most useful tools that are highly overlooked in these programs. So when we talk about Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, or if you move forward to like InDesign or any animation program, anything, these alignment tools save you tons of time and energy and make things consistent. So don't ignore these because these are important. So the first thing you're going to have is over here on the right, you may have an align option appear underneath the properties once you have these selected. And you can see we have these alignment tools. And what's great about these is the pictures really show what we're doing. So like if we want to align everything to the bottom, this picture shows that the boxes are aligning to the bottom on the bottom line, and that would be a vertical line at bottom. If you don't have these alignment tools, that's okay. We can always go to Window and open up the Align panel, and that will actually give us the entire Align panel here. And sometimes you have more options. So I want everybody to open up this alignment panel if you haven't. So Window, Align. And in this alignment panel, on the right, there's this triple line. And right now you can show options or hide options. So if I click show options, you'll see that it'll show everything. And then if I hide it, my actual distribute spacing options disappear. And those are actually some of the most important options, I feel like. So I'm going to make sure that I've clicked the triple line and I've clicked show options. So I have distribute spacing and what it's aligning to. So right now, what's also important about this is what are we aligning to? Are we aligning to one of these objects? Are we aligning to all of them? Are we aligning to the artboard, the white space behind it? It's important because maybe you want to put something in the dead center of the artboard, right? If you wanted to do that, you would click this button and align to the artboard. But right now, we're aligning to the objects that we have selected, so align to selection will work. Then we're going to go ahead and align them to the bottom. So I'm going to do a vertical align bottom, and you'll see that automatically it will find the lowest fence post. So you can see it finds this one, and it aligns everything to the lowest one because it's aligning to the bottom. So if I was aligning to the top one, it would be going up to here, and see if I did align top, it would be aligning to the top of that one. Same thing if I was aligning to the left, it would align all the way over to the farthest left and all the way over to the farthest right of what's selected in the selection. But in this case, we're aligning to the bottom. So I'm going to align it to the bottom. The next piece is how to get it to evenly space this out. You have distribute objects here, which will allow it to be like, are you looking at the tops? Are you looking at the middle points? Are you looking at the bottoms? Are you looking at the left, middle point, or right? So in this case, we want to evenly distribute it horizontally, and we want it to go from the center points of each of the fence posts so that way it evenly distributes them out. So you can choose this evenly distribute of center, and it's going to go ahead and figure out what the spacing should be between all of these. This also works, like notice how they just don't have even spacing. Even if they had stuff overlapping, this would work well. This also works really well. These distribute objects work really well because all of these are the exact same width. They have the same width for each of the different fence posts. But like down here, where we have, apples and a hat, that's going to be a different story. I mean, this one's bigger. This is a hat that has a different width. So like, for instance, I'm going to take this apple and I'm going to go ahead and drag them up, and I'm going to have all of them in a line. So this time we're going to select all 4 of these. So again, just clicking and dragging using your black selection tool and kind of getting these in line. I'm going to select all 4 of them, but because they have different widths, when I click this horizontal distribute center, you're going to see it's going to have almost the same spacing, but it's not really, because like, look at this hat right here. This one's obviously a lot smaller of a spacing than this one right here. So when you talk about this with having objects that are of different widths or different heights, these distribute objects becomes an issue because they're not the same. But distribute spacing isn't looking at the width of the object, it's looking at the space between each object. So with this option showing, we can distribute the space horizontally, and it's going to even them out because it's not paying attention to how wide this apple is or how wide this apple is. It's paying attention to how wide is this space right here versus this space right here. And that is what you're looking for when you're looking for objects that are of different widths and heights. So it's important to note that you've got a lot of tools in this alignment group, and they make things quick and easy when you are wanting to align things. And I think it's important to note that there's different options, and these tools are highly overlooked and forgotten about, but they really save you tons of time and energy.